Hello, positive people. Welcome back to Teas New Jersey. My name is Alex, and today I'm really excited because I'm going to be introducing you guys to the Moonlight White Tea that we are now carrying. And this tea is a little special. It can be classified as a white tea, and it can also be classified as a pu'er tea, just because of the processing. And I'll explain a little bit about that too, because that's kind of how it gets its name. But I'm going to start brewing this up. I have boiling water here, and I'm just gonna heat up this brew cup. I wanted to use the brew cup because I'm gonna be using a lot of leaf. I would normally use the Yishin clay pot, which is really good for pu'ers, but I really wanted to isolate the flavors of this tea to give you a more like unaffected and pure tasting experience. So this is a 300 milliliter cup, and I'm using 10 grams of leaf. I'm going to be filling it up halfway, so it's going to be pretty strong, and that's what I want. I really want to get a lot of those strong flavors out of this tea. And okay, so I'll set this to brew. I'm going to do a 10-second brew, so I'm pretty much going to pour and strain out real quick. All right, it's a little bit more than halfway, but we will steep this. And I'll strain it out. This is our first infusion. I'm not doing a rinse. So while my tea cools down, I will talk about the processing. This tea comes from Yunnan province in China, and it is made with like older tea trees, so there's larger leaves and larger buds in here. And this tea is picked the bud and the first two leaves, so it's pretty selective picking. And these the picking is done closer to nighttime, because after they pick the leaves and the buds, they lay them out and let them dry in the moonlight. So that's different from regular pu'er teas. Regular pu'er teas, you will they will pick the buds and leaves and set them to dry in the sun, and that creates a faster drying process. Whereas the moonlight drying, which is also how it gets its name, the Moonlight White Tea, the moonlight drying gives a slower drying process, so the enzymes in the leaves and buds have a lot more time to like oxidize, so it's a little bit more oxidized than regular pu'er, and white tea as well, because they will do that for white tea. They will let them dry in the sun. However, this is not as dry as white tea either, because they want to leave a little bit of the moisture in the leaves so that it ferments over time, like a pu'er. So it's kind of a mix between a pu'er and white tea, but it is so nice. It kind of gets the brightness of the white tea and the depth of the pu'er, and this is suitable for aging. So ours is not packed into cakes, but it could be and aged for many years, and the flavors and compounds in this tea would only get better over time. Yeah, like I said before, it has the brightness of the white tea and the depth of a pu'er tea. Off the wet leaves, you get like a very bright, like silver needle kind of aroma, and it's kind of like a little peachy, like a sour peach aroma. And then it does have kind of that, like the silver needle kind of peachiness, the brightness to it. And it also has some woodiness, like a raw pu'er kind of woodiness. It's a very nice, like well-balanced tea. It isn't too thick. I would say like medium thick, but as I go through the infusions, I'm pretty sure that it gets thicker. So I'm on the fourth infusion of the Moonlight White Tea, and I just wanted to show you the difference in color from the first infusion that I had. It's much darker now, and as you go through the infusions with this tea, you like it still holds on to the perfumey notes, like the perfumey kind of white tea silver needle notes, but it also kind of, as you go through the infusions, it gets a kind of flavor and mouthfeel reminiscent of like a cooked pu'er, so, or like a really aged raw pu'er, and it kind of has like that fizzy kind of feeling on your tongue and mouth, and that like increases the salivation and makes a nice sweet, like kind of nectary flavor that just lasts in your mouth. I'm gonna give it another sip. And again, it's like a medium thickness, not like a super thick tea. And I will show you the wet leaves here too, because they are really nice. I can pick some out to show you the picking, and the picking is the bud and first two leaves. So here I have the bud and that first leaf there. I can find another one too. And what's really nice about this tea is the dry leaf is beautiful as well. You have those silver buds and then those silvery and black leaves. This tea is great for winter. It's very warming. It's very nice. It doesn't have any bitterness to this tea, really. The astringency increases the salivation. So you get a long-lasting aftertaste. If you want to check this tea out on our website, it's the Moonlight White Tea, and you can read up a little bit more about it. I pretty much covered everything that I talk about in the description. But if you are a fan of white tea, this is definitely one to try. We have the silver needle and a white peony white tea as well. And then if you haven't tried a pu'er yet, if you haven't tried a fermented tea, we have a couple of them on the website, but this is a really nice introductory tea to pu'er. So if you aren't sure, if you've never had one before, I would definitely recommend starting with the Moonlight White, and the Iceland pu'er that we have on there is really good as well. Two very different teas. Both are a raw style pu'er, and then we have the cooked style pu'er. But this one kind of captures a little bit of both. That you kind of get a little bit of the raw pu'er flavor, and also as you go through the infusion, some of the cooked pu'er flavor. And you can, once you start diving into pu'er teas more, you will be able to tell the difference very quickly. This tea is obviously not as dark as a cooked pu'er. Cooked pu'ers are like black liqueur, but white teas are very good for the skin, very good for digestion. Pu'ers are also very good for digestion. There are different like probiotic bacteria and stuff that kind of help mature the tea and that are very good for the gut. Make sure you guys check this tea out before it's gone. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment if you have any questions or if you've tried a similar tea, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.